Kickstart your bug hunting career with BugCrowd. BugCrowd is the largest security research community in the world, and it helps companies such as Tesla, Simple, Western Union, Spotify and many more with cybersecurity, paying anywhere from a simple thank you to $15,000. Begin your bug hunting career at bugcrowd.com/jacktutorials. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video tutorial. This is the first video I'm doing from my 2-week vacation / holiday that I had. I really did mean to upload videos while I was gone, as in I meant to actually have them ready to upload, but unfortunately that did not work out for unknown reasons, mainly because I'm lazy. But that's not the point. I am back. I've got some really good videos to present to you guys coming in the following weeks. I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of researching, and I found some really interesting stuff that I'm sure you guys are going to love. So stay tuned for that. A lot of it is going to be stuff that you might have seen on Mr. Robot as well, because Season 2 is kicking off really fucking good. But anyway, what is today going to be? So today I'm going to be showing you how you can further develop your own hacking skills through practice. And we all know that practice makes perfect. Now, it's all well and good, you know, reading books, looking at articles, and watching my videos and other people's videos when it comes to learning about InfoSec and hacking and security, but you actually need to be able to put these skills to good use, and that is exactly what I'm going to be showing you today. I'm going to be showing you about CTFs, and I'll explain what that is in a minute, and also like personal targets and virtual networks and things like that. So the first thing I want to go ahead and show you is something called CTFs. Now, CTF stands for Capture the Flag, and basically, if I can just get the link here, we want to go to the home page. So this website is www.vulhub.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description. But basically, if we just go to the About section, the aim / goal of this website is to provide, and I'm just going to say this right now, I'm not sponsored by anyone apart from BugCrowd when it comes to making this video. I am literally just delivering you guys information, so I'm not sponsored by anyone other than BugCrowd. That's all you guys need to know. Anyway, so the aim / goal is to provide materials to anyone that wants to gain practical hands-on experience in digital security, computer software and network administration. So basically what this website does is it is like a hive of virtual machines you can download that have exploits and vulnerabilities on them, that whoever created them put there on purpose. So obviously there's walkthroughs of these different exploits and things like that. Another good one is the Metasploitable. So I just type in Metasploitable. Metasploitable is an intentionally vulnerable Linux virtual machine, which is also I'll leave a link to that in the description. So we'll download. What we're going to download is the Mr. Robot one. Someone asked me about that in the Ask Me not too long ago. I have completed it. It wasn't too difficult. It included using mmap for information gathering, using Hydra for brute forcing, and Metasploit for making a shell, and also privilege escalation, which is something that I've not really touched on that much. But that is coming very soon. But anyway, back to Vulhub, so I'm going off topic. So this is, you can see all of these here. These are Capture the Flags, and you can download these, boot them up, and you can go ahead and try and break into them. So there's absolutely tons of them. You can see we go all the way to page 16, and we get the damn vulnerable Linux, which I'm guessing is might be something to do with the damn vulnerable web app. But yeah, so plenty of stuff here. So let's just go ahead and I'll show you an example of the one I'm going to download. So I'm just going to type in Mr. Robot into the search bar, and you can see that we get Mr. Robot 1. So I'll leave a link to this in the description. The author of this is Jason, and it was released on the 28th of June 2016. So it's based on the show Mr. Robot. The VM has 3 keys hidden in different locations, and your goal is to find all 3. Each key is progressively difficult to find. The VM isn't too difficult. There isn't any advanced exploitation or reverse engineering, and this level is considered beginner to intermediate. And yeah, we'll definitely be on the same page as this guy when it comes to saying that it's beginner to intermediate. You can literally watch my videos and you'll be able to solve this VM. So I guess it's kind of a good thing for me if you guys do this, because it will really prove to you that the things that I'm teaching is correct and you can use this in the real world. So we've got some file information here, so if you just look you can see that we get the mrrobot.ova, so that can be opened in both VirtualBox and VMware. So if you use VMware you're fine, you can open it. If you use VirtualBox you're still fine and you can open it. And then you've got the checksums here. Now I'm actually going to be doing an explained video about checksums and what they are and why they're there. I think it could be quite an interesting topic, so stay tuned for that. I'm bringing back Explained. I'm going to pump out a load of scripts, so they're all there and I can just smash them. So stay tuned for more of them. So the format is a virtual machine for VirtualBox, but I ran it in VMware, it's perfectly fine. Your networking, you have DHCP enabled and IP addresses are automatically assigned. So these are some key points about the virtual machine that you need to know. Obviously, because we need to find the IP address of this specific machine. You've got some screenshots here, so that's one screenshot and that's two screenshot. And you've also got the walkthroughs here, so if you want to know how to do it, you can easily just look at one of the walkthroughs. But have a play around first. I'm just going to start off very basically with this, although I'm going to do a follow-up video where I actually solve it. So you can go ahead and just click on the download button and you can download it as a mirror or a torrent. So we'll just go ahead and we will download it as a mirror, because it's not too big, 3 minutes remaining. And I'll pause the video until that's done. So you can see that now the file's downloaded. We can open this with VMware Workstation or VirtualBox. So you need to store the virtual machine, so I'm just going to call this Mr. Robot 2 because I'm going to delete it after, and then click import, and that's going to import the virtual machine for you. I guess it's in kind of like a compressed file state, like a WinRAR file or something similar, so doing this is a very good idea. And then we just need to configure it a little bit to make it so this machine isn't impossible to crack, and it's very simple to do. So once you've imported the machine, it will default to 512 mega RAM with a 1 processor. That's perfectly fine because it's literally going to sit there and do nothing. So this is running Ubuntu. This example of the capture the flags, what I'm really trying to drill into your head is that these are all made by people in the InfoSec kind of community, posted to help people learn more about them. And the walkthroughs that people post as well are very interesting. They're really good to read. I've actually started reading a lot of articles that people have done. So people have been cracking software and documenting it and writing about it and how they've done it, the steps and the problems they've taken. They've been writing about. There was one guy who was hacking IMGA, and he got £5,000 for that, or $5,000 or something like that for hacking IMGA, and he was just going through all the kind of steps that he's taken and how he noticed all this stuff. It's really interesting to read because it really does kind of help you look in other places, you know, kind of thinking outside the box when it comes to doing this kind of penetration testing and such. Anyway, so it's booting up now, but we want to go ahead and click on Edit and go to Preferences. Actually, that's a lie. We don't want to do that. We're going to go to Edit, VM. Yeah, VM. I promise I do know how to use this. Click VM, go to Settings, and where you get Network Adapter, you want to make sure that the network adapter is either bridged or NAT, and whatever you're using to pen test this particular capture the flag also needs to be on that same network. So I'm actually going to just do NAT, and we'll go ahead and reboot this, because you can see that my Kali Linux machine is also, hopefully, on NAT. So these two machines will be on the same network, basically. So I'll just let that boot up. I'm guessing it's kind of slow because of the 512 meg RAM, but what can I do? So that virtual machine has booted up, and I've just been looking at pictures of cute dogs. So you're going to get the login. Now, at this point, that's it. You know, it's time to start pen testing. We obviously don't know what the login name is. We don't know what the password is, so it's time to, you know, start testing. So I'm going to go ahead and do a basic start to doing it. I'm going to basically show you how to find key 1, and then I'm going to leave the rest to you. Well, I might do, but I can't actually get into my friggin' Kali. Why? There we go. So, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that the first thing you should do, and also a lot of people have documented this, is learn as much as you can about the specific target you are attacking or testing. So for this I'm going to use Nmap just because I want to be able to show you guys nice and easily what is going on. So Nmap of course is just the GUI version of Nmap. It works exactly the same as Nmap. There is no difference other than you have a nice GUI. And what we want to do is, because we know these two virtual machines are on the same network, we want to scan the entire network until we find that virtual machine. So our address is 192.168.153, so that means that the Mr. Robot machine is 192.168.153 point something. So let's just go 192.168.153 dot, and then put an asterisk in there for a wildcard, and then we're going to do an intent scan and just hit scan. And this is going to pull information about particular hosts and services, or rather, it's going to pull information about hosts on the network and also what services are also running on that. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video while it does that, because it's going to be scanning quite a lot of stuff. So now that Nmap scan is done, we've got some hosts here and we've got some services. Let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got so we can rule out 160 because that's us, and then we've got another machine which is 192.168.153.176, which is also running Linux. So I'm just going to take a wild stab in the dark and guess that is probably that machine that we are running. So let's click on services and we can see what kind of stuff we've got running. So we have a domain service on port 53. We've got a HTTP service on port 80, as well as a 443, which is HTTPS, as well as Microsoft DS, and then MSFQ, MSRPC, SSH, but that's closed. So with HTTP, we can go ahead and we can go and scan the website. Well, not even scan the website, we can go on that website because it's a web server, so it will hopefully be accepting requests. So we'll go 192.168.153.1, let's have a look, 176. And what do you know, we've got like a loading kind of animation thing. And you can see it's Mr. Robot login and the password. So that is definitely the machine. So we obviously can just kind of look around this view page source, see what's going on. You are not alone, and then some JavaScript that makes the typing text. But other than that, there's not much going on here apart from this quite nice animated stuff. So my next step from here is to go ahead and run this in URL scan. No, sorry, URI scan, is it? Or was it URL scan? I can't remember. I only did the video the other day and I've forgotten what the program's called. Let's just go near URL. No, I can't remember what the program's called that I use. Uniscan. Is it Uniscan? It's Uniscan. Wow, my brain just kind of left the building. So Uniscan. Okay, so we've got Uniscan here, so let's go ahead and just do Uniscan-U, paste in the URL, and then do -QWEDS, and just do a full scan of that, and we'll let it go. So we're also getting some directory checks going on here, so we've got /image/admin. So we can actually do /admin on here and see what it gets us. Nothing happened with /admin. What about /images? Oh, okay, so we've come across, I don't know how I did that, but it is a it's a WordPress site, so you could use WP scan to audit this website. If it's /admin, then I'm guessing we can easily get to the WordPress login page by doing WP login. That JavaScript is making this web page go crazy. So if we just do login.php, there you go, you can see we actually got to the WordPress login site. Anyway, that's not what we're looking for. Well, it is. I already know where this key is, and as soon as I see it, I'm going to stop it. So let's go ahead. Robots.txt, that's where that key is. So I'm just going to stop it there because I don't want to run out of time. So if you just go up to robots.txt, now I'll open this and show you that that is the first key, and that is where you found it. Hopefully that actually copied. And there you go. So that's key 1 of 1. .txt. So if I was going to get that, it would go 192.168.153.176/robots.txt. No, key one of 3.txt, and you can see that I got that. And there you go, that's the first key. And that just has whatever in. And I'm not going to go any further with this, just because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So you can go ahead and try that out. So that is the first one. That is capture the flags and basically how to get started doing them. You can download them from VulHub and obviously Metasploitable too. But yeah, that's how you can get started, is just kind of scan them, see what you can find, and then go from there, really. They range from beginner to advanced. And yeah, you should have a lot of fun doing them. They're quite fun to do, especially if you get stuck and you can have a look at the walkthroughs and you just kind of like, oh, that's how we did it, you know, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. So that was the VulHub one. So the next thing I want to show you guys is a website called Hacksplaining. Now, Hacksplaining is something I came across. I read it on the Bug Crowd. So that's MMO Graveyard. I was watching them. I came across it. I'll leave a link to this in the description. It's research and resources, how to become a bug bounty hunter. This is just something that even if I wasn't sponsored by Bug Crowd, I would post it anyway because it's quite helpful. Oh look, there's my name. Sneaky sneaker. Anyway, so I found this on here, on this little article here, and where's that link on? Basically, what you can do is you can click on an exercise, and it will do like an animated introduction. So it'll be like, this is a vulnerable application. We will be trying to hack with an SQL injection attack. So you can see it says here the yada yada yada. This is the logs. Go ahead and put the following credentials in. So let's just do that. user@email.com. Password. Check and supplied authentication details. You had a finding user in database. No such user. Report to the user invalid credentials. Rendering login page. Okay, so guessing the password didn't work. Let's try adding a quote character after the password. Now, obviously, you guys know what this is going to do because you've watched my SQL injection videos. Check and supplied. Finding user in database. An error occurred. Rendering login page. The application crashed with an unexpected error. What could that mean? This log shows a SQL syntax error. This indicates that the quote character messed something up in an unexpected way. This is where the application code looks behind the scenes, and let's watch how the SQL code gets built as you enter your login details. Enter the password dash and watch the code window. You can see that it's changing that. This is why this website is quite good. It really does show you exactly what is going on. And there you go. So the quote is inserted directly into the SQL string and terminates the query early. This is what caused the syntax error we saw in the logs. This behavior indicates the application might be vulnerable to SQL injection. Enter the following credentials and click login. So we've got that, and then so this is a common one. So or1 equals 1 dash dash. And we're in. We just successfully granted access to the application without having to guess the password using SQL injection. The dash dash characters you entered cause the database to ignore the rest of the SQL statement, allowing you to be authenticated without having to supply the real password. Phew, now we know how SQL injection, let's learn how to protect against this kind of attack. And then it comes across with this nice little article you can read, and you can see, you can read about how to prevent this kind of attack. So it's really awesome, and that's hacksplaining.com. I recommend you go and have a look at it. There's plenty of stuff on here, you know, SQL injection, clickjacking, session fixation, cross-site scripting. So I've covered all of them, I believe. Not maybe not that one, and maybe not that one. I've done this one. You've got privilege escalation, which I'm going to be doing. Directory transversal, which I've done before. Really awesome stuff. It's a really good website to go on. Let's just go back on here and just see if there's anything I have missed. So we've got Hacksplaining, we've got pen testing. Is this another one? Let's have a look. So this is another website you can do as well. Yeah, alright, I'll leave a link to this in the description as well. It's quite useful. This provides lots of links for other vulnerable practice things you can do, such as BWAP is there. You can see BWAP's there. Damn Vulnerable Web App and Damn Vulnerable Web Services and Drunk Admin Web Hacking Challenge. Lots of stuff on here for you guys to have a look at, but these are all the kinds of things that you guys want to be looking at when it comes to actually learning more about, learning more and practicing more when it comes to InfoSec and hacking and pen testing. I'm going to go ahead and leave this video, finish this video here because I'm rambling on now and I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time. So at 20 minutes, I'm going to call this the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is kind of where I'm going to be going with this channel now, is definitely trying to put you guys to the test and showing you guys how you can really start learning some more and practicing more, and maybe hopefully some of you will come out as cybersecurity researchers and things like that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video if you liked it and share it around with people who you think might be interested in it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're a new person. But yeah, so don't forget to follow me on Twitter, that is at Jack1337. Also, don't forget to like me on Facebook, that is Jack Tutorials, and also follow me on Twitch, that is Jack1337. Until next time, guys, I shall see you again in the next one. And if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to post them on my Ask Me thread, that is linked in the description. You don't need an account, just go ahead and post the question, and I shall answer it every Saturday. But like I said, see you later, guys, and hope you enjoy the video.